Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Unprofessional Breakdown. And this time, I got a very, very talented fighter, Ariana Melendez. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, when you made the announcement that you were going pro, I was like, of course, I got to talk to her. Just right to it. Was 2021 the plan for you to go pro? Like, how did that come about? Like, was it sporadic? Or was 2021 the target for you to go pro? Because I seen you fight many, many times.
Yeah, no,
as an amateur.
honestly. Yeah, I mean, we wanted to grind out that amateur career pretty fast. We gradually saw myself, getting to that division and being able to, go to the pro status. Originally, after the Amber fight, we wanted to take the next fight to be professional. Unfortunately, things didn't pan out that way. A couple people backed out. Some people got injured during the camp, so nothing became official. And then finally, I mean, I've just searched so hard to get finally a debut fight for the beginning of the year. So luckily that's happening now.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be March 27th in Plant City for Triton Fights, correct?
Yep.
And you're fighting another tough fighter by the name of Glory Watson?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, so this show is called the Unprofessional Breakdown, so I just do a little bit of research. I want to keep it raw and rugged. But so so did they give you a name like, hey, you're fighting this person on this date, or they said you're fighting this date, are you down? And so how did that come about? Like what was going through your mind when that opportunity came about?
So for the Triton fights, they ran one name across me, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, I just want to debut already. Like, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I mean, I've been training for my pro debut since my last amateur fight, so I was ready to go. I was ready to take anything. So they offered me one fight for Triton, and that person fell through. And then they called me back like 2 days later. I was kind of bummed that I maybe wasn't gonna be able to debut that day, but they called me back and they were like, hey, so we've got someone that's from up north, she's a really game fighter, do you want to take it? It's Glory Watson. So I was like, without even looking her up, I was like, yeah, I want to take it. I was like, I don't want to second guess it. Let's just go right now. I'm ready. So we set that up, and then I got the contract, made everything official, and that's when I was like, all right, let's go.
So how was that? I saw the picture, and I'll put the picture while we talk. So you get the contract, you're about to sign. Like, how does, I know how I felt. I was hyped when I signed my pro debut. I was so hyped. I did it at work. They sent it to me, and then I was at work, and I was like, fuck yeah, I signed it, and I faxed it over, or emailed it over. So how did you feel? Where were you? Were you at the gym? Were you at Jungle? Were you at home?
So I got the contract emailed to me, and I didn't even look at it. I just went to the Jungle and I signed it there. And right before I started, I signed the dotted line. I honestly wanted to cry. I'm like, damn,
Awesome.
All that hard work, and pushing through, you finally you hit that milestone that you've been working so hard to get. And just all the diversity and everyone telling me maybe I can't make it there, do it, and stuff like that. So it was a huge step, just to sign across that dotted line and work even harder was it's amazing. So I'm just so ready and so much more motivated now.
That's awesome, man. And I know you've had MMA fights, and you've also had a couple kickboxing fights, right?
Yeah. So I had a boxing fight for my very first fight ever.
I remember that. I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, you've been following me for a long time, so I'm sure you remember that.
We met each other a long time ago at Pete White's,
that's right.
A long time ago.
Yeah,
and
that
so we know each other, here and there. Sum up your amateur career. Amateur is obviously where we learn, right? So how many fights overall do you have amateur? If you remember.
The boxing, the kickboxing. I think about 7 fights. Yeah.
Mix MMA, boxing, and
kickboxing. Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah. That's a lot of fights, and it's good to as an amateur. When I was an amateur, I just did strictly MMA, but I had 10, 11 fights as an amateur, and then I went pro. But yeah, man, I've seen you fight a bunch of times. You're tough, man, and I like it because you throw a lot of body shots too.
Yeah.
And I like
We gotta
that.
mix it up.
Your last name Melendez. Where are you from originally? I never asked you this question.
I'm originally from here, but my mom's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, all right. No wonder you go to the body. That's beautiful. I like the
Yeah.
body work.
Yeah, we tough.
And,
We just
and
bite down on the mouthpiece.
yeah, man, we just you got to be smart, but the body, a lot of in MMA, you don't see a lot of body work, man, and I wish people did more body work, especially when they're up against the fence. So
Yeah.
you've been at Jungle for a few years now.
Yeah, I actually just had my 2-year anniversary with them in the beginning of February.
Yeah, because I know, like I said, we met each other, a few years back,
Mhm.
and you were, bouncing around. What made you pick Jungle? Like, what was it about Jungle that brought you over there?
Oh man, it was. I mean, as soon as I stepped in, it was the environment at hand. I mean, I had talked with Coach Alec at the other facility in Lake Mary, and I tried out a class. And from that point on, I was like, yeah, this is a team. Like, this is somewhere I'm gonna go. And then for my first pro class, I walk in, I see like, Coach Mike, and then everybody getting ready for pro class, and it's just like the whole setup was just surreal. It's just like, oh, okay, these people are ready to go. Like, okay,
That's dope.
cool. And like, I walked in and saw Felicia, and she greeted me so nice and everything. And I was like, all right, like this is definitely like this is probably gonna be my home for sure.
That's dope, man. You got a lot of good guys over there. Luke, the Russian Bear,
Yeah,
Felicia,
yeah.
Camacho. Camacho's over there too. He's a
Come on.
youngster, up and coming.
Oh,
He's
of
such a
course.
but the thing about Jungle, I've never trained over there, but I know a couple of those guys, here and there, seen them through Combat Night and stuff like that. It's just a bunch of characters over there, man. A bunch
Yeah.
of characters over there. A lot of great guys and gals, man. How do you feel like you fit in there with all those characters that are over there? Like they're just funny guys, man. They're just like off the wall funny.
Oh man, it's great. It's honestly like there's always something for someone there, and it's awesome. We have a huge variety of different people to go with and stuff like that, and we joke around and stuff like that after practice, but it's so cool because when we're training, we're training, and they really know how to put the switch on, and put the pressure on, and go. So it's so nice to have just a huge variety of different people, and actually Luke's one of my like main training partners, and it's awesome.
Yeah, Luke. I fought Luke on like I should have never fought him on a 2 weeks notice. Like, man, he put a 3 round. Like he outclassed me for 3 whole rounds, man. But he's such a great guy, man. Like
Oh yeah.
he's such a. I trained with him a few times, and then like I guess his opponent backed out, and then like I was, I should have never fought him. Like I should have never done it. But man, he's such a great guy, and I hope that he fights again, man. Like I really do. I really like watching him fight. I don't like
Yeah.
watching him punch me in the face, but I like watching him punch other people in the face and taking
Oh
them
yeah.
down.
It's never fun being on the receiving end, but it's awesome. I've actually learned a lot from everybody at that gym, as far as technique, skill, how they do different things and stuff like that. Just so much knowledge in one place, and it's just so nice to be able to just soak it all up and become the well-rounded fighter I want to be.
So, do you find yourself training differently now that you signed a contract and you're going pro than what you did amateur? Like, did you ramp things up? Like, how do you feel your training is? Do you feel like it's different from when you were training amateur?
Oh, 100%. I mean, for this camp specifically, I was like, I don't want to gas out. Like, I want to work
Hmm.
so hard to where like I'll
Five
be
minute
able to
rounds.
I'll be able to run 3 miles after my fight. Like, that's how I want to. That's
Good.
how I want to train. Me and Coach Alec just put in 8 5-minute rounds last Wednesday, and I
Good.
felt great afterwards. And it just gives you a lot of confidence to be able to go that many rounds and still feel like, all right, like, okay, I could probably do maybe like two more. So it's really good. So as far as like that aspect, the training's been a lot different. Yeah, for sure. We've just, pushed it a lot further than the amateurs.
Yeah. For me, like when I was training, I had a great camp, and I should have trained other things, but I kind of kept it the same. My next go around is going to be a lot different
Hmm.
because there's a lot of things you got to look for. Knees,
Hmm.
elbows. That we weren't aware, like as an amateur, that we have to be aware. As pros now. So I'm curious of when people make the transition from amateur to pro. How they're taking it. And I mean, you still got a bit ways to go. That's on the 27th of next month, so you're still mid gear, like you're putting it on right now. It's like the
Yeah,
grinding, you know, as you get closer. Now this is
yeah.
gonna be at what? What weight class this is gonna be at?
This is gonna be a strawweight belt. Yeah.
Okay, 115.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And like, is she debuting as well, or like what? Does she has a few
Yeah.
fights as a pro, or what?
Yeah, she'll actually be debuting as well. I mean,
Oh, cool.
she comes off of a pretty good amateur record and stuff like that, but it's just a big mentality thing. Numbers don't matter, once you're locked
Yep.
in that cage, it's a whole different story. So I'm just really excited to get in there and like prove that to myself that, numbers, records, the past doesn't mean anything. It's all about right then and there. So
You're
it's
you're
a
0 and
cool
0.
mental test. Yeah,
You're 0 and
exactly.
0. You start off fresh. You know, you're 0 and 0, and then that's when everything begins right there.
Yep,
Everything
exactly.
begins right there, man.
Yeah, I'm super
I'm
excited.
very excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
for you. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'm gonna buy the pay-per-view and watch it. And I'm glad to see other shows being put in Florida. Combat Night, to me, I'm biased, is the greatest MMA show in Florida. But it's good to have other opportunities too, because there's a lot of guys that want to fight. They want to fight now.
Mhm.
They don't want to sit around. So, what is your goal as far as fighting? Like, how active do you want to be? Praying that everything goes well and nobody
Mhm.
gets hurt. Like, how active do you want to be in 2021?
Oh man, I want to at least end the year with 3 fights for sure. If I could
That's a good
push for
goal.
4, that would be perfect. That'd be like the perfect year for me. But definitely like 3 to get in there for sure.
Now, are you training full time, or do you work, or what is it that you're doing?
Yeah, unfortunately, I
I'm
still
nosy.
work.
I want to know.
Nah, no worries. Unfortunately, I still work full time right now, so I'm, balancing a 45-hour week schedule and training at least like 10 hours in the gym a week, maybe more. So it's a little difficult, but I mean, it's just all part of the grind. It makes
Hmm.
everything worth it once you get your hand raised at the end of the day. So, I don't mind it. I can't
Good.
wait till I can, I'm a telemarketer, so I can't wait till I can take my headphones off and tell you guys I'm never doing this again. But until then, just gotta appreciate it and respect the grind.
That's awesome. I bet sometimes you get like that customer that doesn't know what you do, and
Oh
like
man.
because I sell cars, right? I
Oh,
sell
okay. So
cars,
you
and
kind of know
and
what
I
I'm going through.
yeah, I work on the internet department, so I do a lot of internet sales, texting on the phones and all that stuff. But sometimes I get these customers, I'm like, man, boy, oh
Oh
God,
man.
if you don't want to buy a car from me and we were outside somewhere, I swear I don't know, I choke your ass out or something like that, because they get a little fresh sometimes. And I
Oh,
know,
for sure.
so how's your family, thinking about like how they taking you going pro and all that?
Oh, they love it.
That's cool.
It's cool because they've stood behind me this whole journey. They've always asked me, this is what you want to do. Okay, we support you, we back you 100%. So when I got to send them the contract picture and stuff like that, they're like, we're so proud of you. And it was just like I said, another like achievement goal I hit. Like I was able to go pro
Yeah.
for them too. So it's all good feelings for sure.
That's awesome, man. And um, you know, it's good for us like nowadays because we have social media where we could promote ourselves. And I see that you're
Mhm.
promoting yourself out there, for sponsors. I know you got sponsors, but I'm pretty sure you're looking for sponsors as well. Let the
Always.
sponsors, if they watch this show now, let them know where they can find you.
So you can find
Yeah,
me on
Instagram.
Instagram for sure.
Okay,
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook or you can just email me directly. The link will be in my Instagram as well. So I'm always looking for extra help and even to support small businesses too. While I grow, they grow too. I'm all about that.
good.
So, I definitely need all the help I can get.
What's your Instagram, and I'll put it on the picture here.
So it's actually Melendez_KD_MMA.
That's dope. That's dope. What
Yeah.
part of Puerto Rico? Because I'm Melendez too. But
Oh,
there's a
okay.
lot. There's a
There's a
story there.
lot.
My mom, yeah. So my mom, Melendez, she didn't give me my biological father's last name, so
Uh-huh.
I was born Lubriel Melendez, and
Hmm.
then my grandpa ended up giving me his last name Vasquez. So what part? What part of Puerto Rico you guys are from?
Yeah, she's from Adjuntas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not
from
not from
way
where I'm
up in the
from.
mountains.
I, yeah, I don't know. We could have been family. Who knows?
Yeah.
Were you born? You were born here in Florida?
Yeah, I was born here in Florida, but we actually moved to Puerto Rico when I was in the middle of high school, and we lived in Rincon. San Juan, and Mayaguez as well.
Nice. And you speak Spanish?
No, see, that's where it sucks. So
It's all
in
good. I learned Spanish.
so where
I
we lived
learned.
in Puerto Rico, that's good. I need to. Where we lived in Puerto Rico, it was like really Americanized. So like everyone that was originally from there, they spoke to me in Spanish, and I just reply in English, and that's how we
That's
talk.
yeah, because
So,
over there, I got cousins that they know English, but they're shy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, just talk English. Like in Puerto Rico, you guys speak English. But I started learning Spanish when I met my wife. My wife's Colombian, and
okay,
my Spanish wasn't the best in the world, but I had to learn, especially working in Orlando and in the outlets and stuff with all those Brazilians and like Venezuelans. So I speak a little bit of Portuguese as well, but I bettered my Spanish. It's still not great, but I can I can sell something in Spanish. In other
okay,
words, because I'm a
yeah,
salesperson, but I
yeah,
can't talk, talk politics or whatever, in
yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah, no, I tried going to school out there, and I took one class, and I was like, no, I gotta go. I was like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, but yo, these conversations I like to keep them short. I'm gonna put you. When I drop this, I'm gonna be like, yo, Puerto Rican fighter Ariana Melendez. Yo, talk to her in Spanish. But yo, Ariana, thank you for spending 15 minutes with me talking. I'm excited to watch you fight. I've seen you grow as an amateur to a pro, and I'm excited to see you. I'll be rooting for you. Go out there, give it 100%, leave it all in the cage like you always do. And thank you for being a part of my show. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for your time and, all the support. It means a lot. It's people like you that really just keep me motivated to keep doing this and, to restart that fire. And, I am going to definitely go out there and we're going to get that win. So don't worry.
Dope, dope. And I'll let you know when I'm about to drop this. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Good night, everybody.